There's some mountain goats. They blend in pretty well. Hey Internet, welcome back to my channel. I'm in Morrison, Colorado this morning. We're going to be doing a ride from here up Squaw Peak Road to Mount Evans. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy it. Let me show you on the map where we're headed today. We're here in Morrison, Colorado, and we're headed to this road right here, Colorado 103, to go up to Mount Evans. Part of our route today will be on 103 here, as it goes all the way up to Mount Evans. And then we'll be riding back down out to Idaho Springs. It's a great road and should be a lot of fun. Good morning. We are just leaving Morrison. It's 87 degrees down here in the valley. It's fairly warm, but the ride today up to Mount Evans has pretty significant elevation gain. From here to there, which will probably decrease the temperature. I think they said the high up at the top of Mount Evans this morning is supposed to be right around 50 degrees. So got a bunch of cold weather kit. I'm wearing my winter jacket, even though it's pretty dang hot right now. I got all the vents open. It's working okay. I think I'll be glad that I have it here as we hit higher elevations. This road is beautiful. Runs up through Kittredge up to Evergreen, and this section right here by Red Rocks Amphitheater is pretty great. Really cool scenery, really great windy road. There isn't a lot of traffic this morning, which is excellent. This tends to be a fairly busy road, but this morning it's a little less. Did you see that bird? That's the second one that's done that this morning. Right in front of me. Beautiful canyon. This is a beautiful part of the canyon. Creek running through it. Pine trees. There's a really nice, fresh pine scent in the air. It rained yesterday, and so brought out some of the smells. Really smells fresh, clean. Beautiful part of the canyon. Speaking of rain, one of the tricks with riding up to Mount Evans is that it almost always rains as thunderstorms roll in the afternoons. I made an attempt yesterday to do this ride in the afternoon. Didn't work out very well, which is why I'm re-recording today. But as you can see, it's kind kind of darker clouds up here. We may get caught in some rain, but I'm all kitted out for it, so it should be just fine. This is the town of Evergreen. I've enjoyed coming up here and staying overnight and just riding all the little mountain roads up here. Beautiful lake. Alright, I just turned onto the road that goes up to Mount Evans. It's Colorado 103. It's also known as Squaw Peak Road. It's a beautiful valley right through here. Really pretty. This road is also known as the Mount Evans Scenic Byway. It was established in 1828 as a dirt road. It was finally paved all the way between 1954 and 1956. Got some great views. Back in 1915 to 1920 was when the route for this road was designed. And at the time, they were thinking of having this area be a national park. Now it's just a state park and wilderness area. But that was the original intention for at least the planned route for the road. Great corners. Those are a lot of fun. There's some great, especially down on this end of this road. There's some really great corners, some tight hairpins. So if you come out and ride it, which I highly encourage you to do, just be careful on this bottom section because the corner will catch you out. They won't appear to be super tight until you're in them, and then you'll have a little too much speed going through. Heed the signs, I guess. 15-mile-an-hour corners really means you gotta slow down for it. Watch it. A lot of fun coming out though. Pick up speed off the exit. I love the quick shifter on this motorcycle. Up and down. Really nice to not have to clutch as you're shifting down through the corner. Woohoo! Oh, that's just fun. Probably can't see it through the trees, but there's a really nice view of the valley right there. It's really pretty. It's definitely cooling off down to about 68 here. Feels really nice after the 87 down in the valley. This is excellent road through here with these sweepers. It's great. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful canyon. A lot of that gray against the green trees. Really pretty. wonderful day for a ride. Amazing view right there. Here's Echo Mountain Ski Resort. Beautiful view of the Colorado mountains right there. Woo, that's beautiful. Let's see if I can pull over and get a shot at this. Somewhere where it's safe. Stop. Enjoy the view. I'll pull over at Echo Lake, which is the turnoff where this road meets State Highway 5, I think is what it is. Goes up to Mount Evans proper. So once we get there, I'll pull off and gear up for a significant drop in temperature. It's 60 degrees here. Like I said before, I think it's going to be about 47 or 50 up at the top, so still have another 10 degrees to drop. Maybe some rain. Last year, I came up this road probably in, I want to say, September. And I had luckily I had my rain gear with me because it started to rain. And it was really coming down as I was riding this particular section. And got really cold. I think it dropped down to about 38. And I did not have the right gloves on, and that was before I had my heated grips. So it was pretty cold. There's another great view. So just be aware, riding up this altitude, these elevations, be prepared. Beautiful scenery. Seems like a lake right there. We'll just pull over here in this parking lot for a minute. Alright, I just talked to a guy that came down on a motorcycle just now. Said it was a great ride and got a little bumpy towards the top. So, here you go. Got a little rain coming down. Not unexpected. Got my little national, or my little Mount Evans tag here on my handlebars. It says I paid my fee. Now we'll explore this road. I've been up here a couple of times in a car, but I've never done it on a motorcycle. A pretty road. Trees off to both sides. bit of drizzle. Hopefully it stays that way so the road doesn't get all wet. That was nice. Let me go around him. Steep grades, sharp curves, next 7 miles. See how we do in the rain. Yeah, the road's starting to get wet. I'm gonna take it easy. Oh boy, that's beautiful. There are no guardrails on this road, so caution is the word of the day. That's Echo Lake right down there. Great views though. Sure feel the wind. There's a crosswind blowing from my left to my right. Uh-oh. that's hail. Ouch. A little bit of hail there. Got a little blue sky for a second. Kind of nice. Definitely don't want to go off the sides of this. You can see the road runs there and all the way over there. That's where we're going. No guardrail, no mercy for mistakes. A proper adventuring road. There's a good amount of snow still up here. It's 50 degrees right now, so we've dropped 10 degrees since we were down at Echo Lake. Beautiful little alpine lake right down there. Definitely taking it easy on these wet roads. And sheer cliff drop-offs. There's some sun. That'll be nice. Ah, beautiful. An amazing road. Fantastic views. What a place. What a place. Road's even dry. Look at that. That's awesome. Woohoo! Amazing. I got a big grin on my face. This is great. Oh man. Holy cow. Some pretty decent frost heaves there. Woohoo! It's like a roller coaster. This is great. Yeehaw! That's just fun. This is Summit Lake. People come up here and fish, hang out. That road's crazy. They said the road was bumpy. Oh, that's beautiful. You can see where the saddle drops off right there. They said the road was bumpy up by Summit Lake. I wasn't expecting a roller coaster kind of bumpy. I was expecting bad pavement bumpy. That was fun. As roads go. Wouldn't want to be in a hurry trying to get over that, but boy, that's beautiful. What an amazing place to have a road. Pikes Peak is another 14,000 foot mountain in Colorado. South of here by Colorado Springs. That's a really fun road. Hope to get down there and do that sometime as well. But it's paved almost to the top as well. But from what I saw, Mount Evans is 20 feet higher, or at least the road, the paved portion of the road is. So that makes this road up to Mount Evans the highest paved road in North America. Really amazing rocks up here. Yeah, that guy was right down in the parking lot at Echo Lake. The road gets pretty bumpy up here. Boy. It's a lot of fun though. There's the top. There's some mountain goats. They blend in pretty well. have been quite a place to live. Pretty cool. Kind of feel like you're on top of the world up here. Neat to see, but to me, it's all about the ride. It did only ever get down to 50 degrees, so not too bad. That's a corner to remember. What an amazing road. Just incredible. All right, getting back into the whoops. These Frosties are really fun. Go through this section right here. Give my suspensions a little exercise. Woohoo! That's just fun. Tires off the ground. Yeah! That's fun. That's worth the price of admission right there. Yeehaw! Great fun. Great fun. That was fun enough. I'm tempted to turn around and do that section a couple of times. But I want to see if I can get through this section here without having to be in the rain. It's a great valley down there. Really pretty. You can see way off in the distance, you can see the flat plains go out to Kansas and Nebraska. I like how the sun's highlighting patches over there. It's really pretty. Don't dare look for very long though, I gotta keep my eyes on the road. All things considered, look at that drop off. Beautiful. Cool Rubicon. Mount Goliath nature area. It's really pretty. So amazing views from right there, and this is about where the tree line starts. Well, that was fun. Really enjoyed that. The road that I'm on now goes, this is part of the Mount Evans Scenic Byway and Colorado 103, and it goes down to Idaho Springs, past Chicago Creek and Clear Creek. And it's a great road as well. This 103 bypass is really beautiful and well maintained, with not a ton of traffic. So it's a great ride, great road, and I highly recommend it. What a fun road. Can't beat these corners. Love it. I was talking to my mom a couple days ago, and she was asking me what the significance of the name of my YouTube channel was, Moto Makoto. I realized I hadn't really ever explained it. That was a slingshot? Oh, nice. Whole line of slingshots. That's cool. When I was traveling for work to Japan a lot, I worked for a company that was doing a lot of work with the major electronics manufacturers in Asia, and we had been working really closely with one of the big electronics companies in Japan, and I was working with a guy named Bobby and a guy named Tony, and we were out to dinner one night, and I asked them how they got their American names, because I knew that those weren't their Japanese names, obviously. And so we talked about that for a while, and Tony told me that whenever they started working with American companies or Western companies, they would often choose an American name as kind of a thing they did with their boss and work, so that it would be easier for the Americans and other Westerners to say their name. This is beautiful right through here. Wow. So we were chatting, and I said, well, I would really like a Japanese name. And they thought that was a great idea. So Bobby and Tony and a few others that were out to dinner with us that night they talked for a little bit, and Tony wrote something down on a coaster at the restaurant and showed it to the other Japanese folks that were with him, and they agreed, and so they said, your new Japanese name is Makoto. And I was very honored to have that moniker chosen for me. In Japanese, Makoto means he who speaks the truth. At least that's what they told me. Which was a pretty big compliment since they were partners of ours, and we were helping them embed some of our technology into their products, and so that was a big compliment to be told that I was, or even named, one who speaks the truth. So that was cool. So there you go. When I was trying to come up with a name for my channel, since Makoto is my Japanese name and I'm on a Japanese motorcycle and I love the Japanese culture and people, I decided to use Moto Makoto as my YouTube channel name. So that's the ride for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Mount Evans was spectacular. The road up and back was amazing. I got lucky and missed most of the rain. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, or even came close, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Get out and ride. We're here in Morrison, and we're headed Rocky Mountain whitewater rafting. It looks fun. Pretty church. Right there. I was watching a YouTube video of the Missenden Flyer. There's a guy in the UK that rides around and does news and bike reviews and things like that. He and his wife were doing a Goldwing tour of Europe, well, Eastern Europe, sorry, Western Europe, and they went to Luxembourg, and it seemed like every town he went through had an amazing church in it. It was cool to see some different architecture and you know, beautiful little quaint French, Belgium, Luxembourg towns. A little bit into Germany. They did 5 countries in 5 days. They really did 5 countries in like 3 days. But then they had to get back. It was fun to watch. Missenden Flyer. Recommend checking him out if you haven't looked at him already. He's a entertaining YouTube content producer. Highly informative.